We are live. We are live. It's me, Harris Fellman, and wherever he is. Oh, wait, you can't be seen unless you talk.
I'm here. Hey, everybody. Ross Goldberg here. Happy to be with you. Happy New Year, one and all.
Dude, that was cool. I was just watching it on Facebook, and when I snapped my fingers and you started talking, it kind of looked cool. So I'm going to try it again. Here's Ross. You son of a bitch.
I messed it up on purpose.
I saw his face. He was messing it up on purpose. Hilarious, Ross. Hilarious. To the one person, hysterical. There's one person that's watching. One person is going to get the magic pill, the magic button to all things amazing. So I'm in a, you guys, I've been in a good mood for quite a few weeks now.
Hey, Riley, welcome.
Yeah, anybody wants to say hello, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. No, just comment, actually. You should already have liked the Facebook Traffic for Me page if you're here. Yeah.
Well, if you want notifications when we do stuff like this, definitely follow the page. Make sure that you have notifications for the page turned on. We do not post spammy garbage. So generally, if we put something on the page, there's a reason. And actually, one of the things we'll be discussing today is why we kind of stopped for a little while. So
we not only do we not post spammy garbage, we only post spammy good stuff. Only spammy
spammy things that are either valuable or funny. One of the two. That's all we do here.
Yeah. So all right. Well, so we have a few people watching. We have found, I guess, in the past that lots more people watch this later, so let's try to make it quick. So first and foremost, Ross and I, last year, we started doing Facebook Lives every week, and then I think we went down to maybe every other week, and then we stopped doing them, and we didn't say, hey, we're going to stop doing them, because we didn't really intend to stop doing them. We just kind of did. Yeah, we got busy, but honestly, we also noticed we don't get a lot of people watching it, so we're kind of like, well, screw you guys, we're gonna all of you guys suck, so except for you guys that are actually watching. No, I'm just kidding, you guys are wonderful, you don't suck. But
when we were getting 11 people on live, when we treated this like a live event, you really want to be here. We know that there are many Traffic for Me users that do not sit at home all day doing entrepreneur things. Some have jobs, some have kids, some have things to do. We understand. Riley posted some cool shit. Let's take a segue. Been buying traffic for about a week now. I will be buying traffic weekly at minimum from Traffic for Me. Riley, welcome. We are thrilled to have you here, and happy that you're buying from Traffic for Me. We do have something unique. We actually care.
We give a shit.
Solo ads, yeah, right? Isn't it amazing?
It's
a company that actually cares about the product. What?
Yeah, well, I'm actually really proud of the service level of the product right now, but that's not what we're here to talk about. That is not no. Traffic is not the magic. Actually, traffic can be
let's go back. Magic. Let's go back to why we stopped. So I am the marketer, even though Harris has been a marketer for 20 some years as well. We do most things together. Sometimes I will take initiative on a project. Other times it will be his idea, either asking me to do something or something that he'll do on his own. So it was his idea to do the lives. I supported it fully. We did it, and then we looked at the data. And what happened was the same couple of people kept coming, and we wanted to deliver value to those people, but we want to honestly reach more people. That there is a problem with that, and that is that Harris is in Spain, and his time zone is not conducive to the United States. So even though, by the way, at 44, I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I am in bed and asleep before 9 because I get up at 4 a.m. and go work out at 5:30. So I have an old person schedule. Look at those
guns. He works out, wears Lululemon, wants to make sure you know
I am wearing Lululemon today. This was my reward for working out for like 2 years or something. Anyways, I do not own a lot of Lululemon, but this outfit was almost $200. Shorts and a shirt. Ridiculous. Anyways,
we don't want to see the shorts, buddy.
Don't worry, I'll keep them to myself. So The point being, diminishing returns. Harris and I put out some of our best stuff. I mean, we really did just go all in. Riley said I'm 36 and in bed by 9. I'm glad. It's good for you. Don't worry about it. Only, we had about 20 people showing up and kind of cycling through which ones were there. And then we'd have maybe 100 or 200 people look at the stuff. And I don't know that you're aware, but we have a reach of 15 to 20,000, depending on social accounts and email lists and all the things. So to have 200 people see what we were doing when we were, I mean, some of the stuff that we did in our previous lives, you can still go view them. They're there. I mean, it was on par with some of the products you and I released over the years.
Yeah.
Our funnel reviews were nutty.
The
as
other
far
thing
as value.
it also with only a handful of people on the live aspect of it, it begins to get a little bit repetitive. But even when we had some of our most popular ones where people sent in their web pages to for us to do a fix your funnel, even that eventually got pretty repetitive. And it's kind of like we could have just said, hey, go look at John's funnel review. We have the exact same notes for you. But it's still
Totally.
we feel like that was super valuable, and we will do something like that again. I'm actually not even here today to talk too much about traffic for me. It's the beginning of the year. Honestly, I don't give a crap that it's New Year's. I do and I don't. I know it can be a good time of year for a lot of us to kind of say, hey, it's a new year. I'm going to take on new habits. I took on some new habits about 5 weeks ago. I kind of started a couple of others maybe 8 or 9 weeks ago, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. And I'm super excited about it because I mean, honestly, about 3 months ago, I'm not going to say I didn't want to die. I was resolved to the fact that I was just, it felt like I was just going to be dying sooner than I thought. I'm 54, but my body up until a few months ago was just like really getting draggy and pain all the time. And, I'm fat. I mean, but so I've gotten off of a lot of my good habits. And yeah, I mean, the truth is, I say I don't know that I wanted to die, but I was resolved. I kind of get why people die. Like like that whole, like the whole like mind over matter stuff. And I'm like, well, fuck, man, try being 54 and think that you're going to live to 100. I mean, being 30 and saying I'm going to live to 100. And a lot of people, even when, and you better check yourself if you're saying this, when you're 30 and saying I wouldn't want to live to 100, that sounds horrible. Like maybe like I up until pretty recently, I don't know that I want to live. Yeah, I do. I want to live to 100 or 120 if my body will let me do it. Truthfully, but that's because I like everything. I'm living a good life. I like,
Sure.
and that's because of what we create. So so that's so what have I done? So basically, October, near my birthday, mid-October. I found some dude on I wish I remembered his name, a doctor on Facebook that got advertised to me or something, or somehow I don't know how he connected to me, but he looked like do you know who Bob Newhart is, Ross?
I actually do remember that, but most of the people watching this probably won't.
So Bob Newhart, so look up Bob Newhart. Well, it was the Bob Newhart show, but then he did some sketch comedy here and there. There's a sketch comedy, there's a sketch that he did that we used to send around a lot. I might have sent it to you. It's where he's like a doctor and he says, stop it. Like he's a psychologist, and like someone comes in and is like, oh, but I've got this problem, and my husband this and my husband that, and every time I do such and such and such and such, he gets really upset. He's like, well, stop it. Just, I mean, that's it. You can go now. No, but you don't understand. No, stop it. Just stop it. But anyway, he's like, I think in that scene, he's in a doctor's outfit, and like this guy on Facebook sounds like him, and is in like the white doctor's outfit as well. And anyway, he's I lost my. You guys can still hear me, but I can't hear Ross. Although he's not saying anything anyway. But
it's because you're talking so fast. There's no room for me to say anything.
I don't want them to. This is about me giving great advice to the world. Anyway, this guy, this kind of little guy, little doctor, and he's like talking to people. I think, you know, his main target is like senior citizens and helping them live longer. But somehow he's talking to me. Although I guess 54, I'm close to senior. I'm a junior citizen. I don't know what I is. Whatever is in
Junior,
between.
senior citizen,
Junior, yeah.
minor, senior citizen.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and one of he said there's a few things that our bodies do, and I was really relating to this. And like there's a feedback loop. Like if you don't exercise, there's a feedback loop rewarding you for that and saying, hey, that's cool. You're going to die soon anyway. So now it's time to kind of start shutting down. I wish I remember that. I think there's 4 things. There was that, there was the importance of community, exercise. It was like exercise, community, a couple of other things. This is not the secret. This is not the magic pill. My whole point is I was pretty depressed, and I decided I'll go to the gym a little bit just to see if it combats the depression and the stress. You know, I'm putting my daughter through university right now, and there's some other personal issues that I won't get into here that are making that and other things pretty stressful. I have it's not important. We all have things in our lives that external things that may cause stress. But anyway,
the point is that we all have that, and the stress was causing problems, right?
Except Riley.
That's the point you were.
Riley probably doesn't have it because he's the only one
None.
saying hello.
At 36 and in bed by 9, there's stress there. I promise you.
I'm not good at this personal development. I'm not good at being a motivational speaker. Hey, everybody who has problems, go ahead and comment below if anything causes you stress. No, I'm more of a comedian than a motivational speaker, but I'm just so fired up about a couple of things. I wanted to tell you guys about it. So anyway, that was like a baby step, and I did not exercise looking to lose weight, and I did not lose weight, but it did help a little bit minimize the stress, level me out a little bit. This is not news, guys. This is like, you guys know it. Everybody knows it. You hear it, and I'm really pissed off to tell you it's true. You know, and I've known it before, and I've done it before, and I got away from it. And yeah, just moving a little bit can really help with stress and depression.
When you're done, remind me, and I'll make some comments on that. I don't want to interrupt your flow because you're doing great.
So, by the way, you guys have noticed that Ross has moved offices. He now has went from that room over there to that room right there. And I don't remember why. Is it because you got struck by lightning?
Well, the lightning strike took out my desktop, but my office is still functional. What I have, my lawn guy's here, sorry. What I have is a puppy that will claw a hole into my leg if I go and try to work in my desk. So I started working in my living room. And if you saw me rubbing something here, she's not there anymore because they see the lawn guy. That was me petting the dog that happened to be laying against my hip. But she's
we could see it a little bit. We could see her a little bit.
Okay, well, and I have not trained her well. So as smart as I am, I have not handled that properly.
Okay, so that little thing, that was it. So I don't want to make it sound like I just jumped into this other thing that I'm going to tell you. Now, first of all, I do have a secret to tell you about weight loss. I've lost, I've been out of America so long that I have to convert from kilograms to pounds. I have lost, wait, is that right?
Give me kilograms, I can do the math.
No, it's 2.2. It's 2.2. But I've lost almost 8 pounds in a month. And I'm going to tell you the secret. I eat less food. Write that down, everybody. Eat less food, less calories. So the way, the thing that so let me get there. So before that, this is a joke, guys. All the stuff I'm about to tell you is shit you already know that works, and it pisses me off that it works. So, and some of it's a little extra. So there's a couple things that are a little extra on top of it. And Ross has actually hinted at one of the things a couple of times, and maybe he doesn't even realize where I'm going with that. But so a friend, I after doing that for a few weeks, yeah, just a little bit of exercise, and I'm talking 20 minutes at the gym, guys. I was like, okay, I need a better morning ritual because I'm just waking up, because I know I've had good morning rituals in the past. And I do have the luxury, and it is a freaking luxury of I can work whenever I want. I own my own business. It is, as you can see, remote. I've been 100% remote since way before it was the pandemic and everybody was doing it. You've got to really get a hold of your time management when you work 100% for yourself. So like I was probably waking up at, I don't know, 10 every day. I'd work from whenever to whenever if I worked. And then I do comedy magic at night. And sometimes I'd stay up till 12, 1 out, and that fires me up. So I come home and don't get to sleep till 3. But anyway, so my sleep habits were getting whacked. My stress was getting whacked. I did this little thing. And then I told a friend I need a better morning ritual. He's like, oh, you should check out the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I'm like, oh, I think I've heard of it, or I've done it before, or sounds familiar. And I know it's made the rounds in internet marketing circles a little bit. And he sent me an illegal copy he sent me a copy of it, an electronic copy of it. And I don't think it was illegal. He's not the type, actually. I think he somehow got it from EPUB or something. And he forwarded it to me. And it sat in my inbox for 2.5 weeks. I didn't read it. And then one Sunday night, 4 Sundays ago, before I read the book, I was like, here's another thing, you guys, another obvious thing. You guys are going to be like, I can't believe you don't do this, or I didn't do this for 7 or 8 years. I started doing a to-do list again. Crazy, I know. Guess what? You do a to-do list. There it is. And not only do you get things done, you know that you actually got things done. So I think I am getting just the magic of doing a to-do list. I think I am getting more done than I was before. And at least I know it's the things that I want to get done instead of the things that get thrown at me. But so it's kind of like an accountability partner on for yourself. And by the way, I do it on paper. It works better for me. I don't like it in the phone. I don't like it in the computer. This is me personally. Your mileage may vary, but I get distracted a lot. So if my phone is constantly giving me reminders, or my to-do list is in there, if my to-do list is in there, then I'm looking at that when another alert comes up for an email that came in, and then I'm over there. So I like it to be on paper. And there's also a connection to writing and checking. Goes closer into your brain. If you, again, and I don't think that's a me being old thing, because I've been very digital for a very long time. So I did that. I read the book the next morning. And then the next morning, before I was finished with the book, I decided to start doing the Miracle Morning. By the way, I have one out and bought the book since then. And what the Miracle Morning is it's he has a very strong argument for why you should wake up in the morning. He's not a morning person. I just told you I wasn't a morning person. Ross, I don't know if you were a morning person before you became one.
I was.
Okay.
I'm a Army veteran, so yeah. Since then, I have been.
So, and I was getting up at 10, 11 o'clock. And so for him to say, hey, wake up an hour early, wasn't that big of a deal to me. I'm like, okay, cool. I can wake up at 9, but I was staying up till 3 and 4. So I did have to start pushing that back, but he makes a really strong argument for why, obviously you get better sleep. Our biorhythms and our biology is really designed to sleep at night and work in the day. Our energies, most people's energies are better in the morning. I love working at night because it's quiet. There's a lot less distractions. And I still do. I still will work on some things at night as long as I get to bed in time to get up. And now I'm getting up earlier. I'm getting up at 7 for the most part, like without an alarm and everything. That's not the important part of it. The important part of it is putting the things that are important first. So that's out of the way. And the fact that we all bombard ourselves with so much negative self-talk, or Facebook bombards us with negative information, or the news or whatever. Before you do that, before you start bombarding yourself, put something positive in your mind instead. And at least it starts you off on a good run. And the 6 things are, it's called Life Savers, SAVERS. The S is silence, so meditate, so meditator prayer. So A is affirmation, V is visualization, E is exercise, R is read, and S is scribe or journal, which I just showed you. Hopefully you can't see what I wrote in my journal when I showed it to you, because it was I made a book that's half journal, half to-do list. That's it. That's the magic. The magic is, and by the way, you don't have to do those 6 things. You don't have to get that book. I would say do the things that are important to you first thing in the morning. Now, this has had monumental changes for me in just a month. So a week into it, because I'm reading affirmations about being healthy, I contacted somebody who I've been meaning to contact for 2 years, a personal trainer friend of mine, and he said, hey, just eat less, keep track of it. And I'm like, oh, I hate having to freaking write in an app all the time. I like to put it in the app all the time. He's like, well, you'll get used to it and then you won't have to do it anymore. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to not do it anymore. Now, basically on day 1, I'm like, okay, I'll do it because I know it works, but I'm not going to worry about the calories. We came up with the right amount of calories from it. I'm like, the first day I'm just going to keep track. I kept track. I still nailed the calorie goal because I'm looking at it, and it was easy. And then now pretty much for a month straight, maybe one day I went off of it, but I still keep track every day. And I've lost, a bunch of weight. Obviously the first month I've lost weight before, guys. You don't have to tell me, you don't have to use whatever limiting belief or negative thing that you're thinking of. Oh, well, it's just the first month. Of course you lost 8 pounds. I know, I've done this before, and the weights come back. Now I'm going to be really careful to say this is, I'm going to keep it off, and this is the last time. That's going to be the real struggle. To me, it's easy to lose weight and it's just keeping it off beyond you getting to your goal is the most challenging thing. But anyway, that's that. So the bottom line is that you guys already know a bunch of simple things that you can do. Keep track of the food that you eat, or if there's things that you want to get done in your life, prioritize and write down the to-do list and get the things down. I've shifted a lot of my time and energy over the last 2 weeks now to being I've been meaning to do this for 3 years, to start putting up video content for my comedy magic stuff on social media. So Instagram, TikTok. I didn't even think I was going to do the TikTok so quick, but it's the same basic content for now. So if you look up funnybaldguy.me on either of those, you'll see that for the last week, 10 days, I've been putting up a video almost every day. I thought I was only going to be able to put up 2 videos a week, and I've been putting up maybe 5 a week on and I've got a couple in my folder ready to go. So but I'm a totally different person now than I was 3 months ago, and it's really all just a bunch of mindset stuff. Maybe affirmations are bullshit to you and they don't work for you. Fine, don't do it, scratch that off. Maybe visualization doesn't do anything. I think the affirmations are super important because they're telling yourself what you want. I don't know how important all the pieces are for you, and if you think if it's something that doesn't feel right to you, don't do it, but do the things like wake up an hour early. You get that time back in energy, and do each of these things 10 minutes, whichever of them you want, or get the book and check it out yourself. There's also other books out there that there's one that's like, oh shoot, he just did a podcast on this. That's like the happiness morning or something like that, and it's like 3 things to do in the morning, and it's gratitude, something else, and something. It's just a lot. It's even shorter. So anyway, that's it. That was my excited magic for you. And if you want to private message me, and the book is at themiraclemorning.com. You can feel free to private message me, Harris Fellman, or Traffic for me. I'll see it, but Harris Fellman's better. If you have any questions, or if you want an accountability partner on it, I'm a super big proponent of personal development. I have a deep sigh because I hate to admit it, because when I get off of it, I lose, I begin like I've been in a lot of cycles in my life where I've been like super disciplined on time management, and then I get what I want, I get success, I get results, and then I get lazy and stop doing the time management, and then the results start to kind of go down, and I don't get what I want. I'm not one of these hustle, hustle, hustle every day type of people. It drives me crazy. But I'm waking up now with tons of energy, want to live to 100. And I will, in 6 months from now, I'll be, 35, 40 pounds lighter to show for it. And I'll do my best to keep it off. And more important than that is, pursuing my passions really strongly now. So anyway, that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. It looks like Ross either has something to say or something to read or both. I'll shut up.
Well, no, I did write down a couple of things because I wanted to come at it from a different angle. So you came from the angle of, I've been doing this for a month and I've already had these results, but I've been doing this stuff for a couple of years and I have some different observations. So I wanted to share those and things that I think will make life a little easier for you if you're like I was when I started. So very similar to Harris. I am an Army veteran, so I've been fit, or at least somewhat fit before, but I was also a smoker for most of my life. I do not smoke. CrossFit does not allow. My wife has always been into fitness. She's always done something as long as I've known her. She and I have been together almost 8 years. In February, it'll be 8 years. We just had our wedding anniversary for 6. So anyway, she was getting hotter. I was getting fatter, and I had to do something, so I joined CrossFit. I took one look at all the fit people around me and said, this is bullshit. I don't belong here. I was fat. I had a huge, it looked almost pregnant belly. And there was some dude near me that was easily 10 years younger than me, at least, throwing around hundreds of pounds in weight like it was nothing. And I was so embarrassed. I looked down at myself and my 10-pound dumbbells and said, what am I doing? So I worked with a nutritionist for, thank you, Riley, with a nutritionist for quite a while. The next 6 months, I wouldn't go to the gym. I was embarrassed. I paid for it, $150 a month, like a moron. When I finally did go back, I have been going religiously ever since. And I, since then, have gained weight. I have gained about 5 pounds. I weigh nearly 200 pounds. I am 5'8". That is heavy for this frame, but I can tell you some things that happened over time. So number one, you do not need to do CrossFit. If you can get 10,000 steps in a day, and you normally sit at a computer, it will help you dramatically. Okay. You do not need to do the crazy person workouts that I do almost, let's say 4 to 5 days a week. If you're looking to just get healthier, move your body, it will reduce your pain by half. And that is not an exaggeration. That is not me blowing smoke up your ass. I will never sell a fitness training program. Okay. I have no interest in doing it. We have 2 minutes left, so I need to be brief. If you have comments or questions, please leave them now because we may not have time to say, hey, got any questions? So, yeah, I actually gained weight because I didn't want to stop eating cookies. So I eat much less garbage, and I actually eat a lot less food because my body just can't really tolerate it. So, yeah, Harris was not very happy with me when he tried CrossFit. It did not go well for him. CrossFit is working out for crazy people. Yesterday, I thought I was going to die after the workout. And the owner of the gym was next to me on the floor. He and I have become friends, and we both thought we were going to die because it was terrible. And then today, I went a little easier because I couldn't do a crazy person workout today. Okay, we have 1 minute before we finish. I'm trying to think. So to summarize what I'm trying to tell you, food matters way more than working out. If you do not want to go to a gym, or you're very overweight, or you're uncomfortable with other people, walk for 20 minutes. Go slow if you need a cane, if you need a walker. It doesn't matter. We were not holding hands there, Harris. We were dying on the floor and sweating. Dick.
I typed that so I wouldn't interrupt you, and you still read it.
You know what, dude? I monitor the comments, bro. I multitask. Don't forget that I am more ADHD than you. So anyways, you don't need to go gung-ho is kind of my point. You need to just move. Your body is a machine. And if you do not work the parts of the machine, like grease the joints by moving them, eventually that's where a lot of your pain was. For me, a lot of my pain was my posture. I have so much muscle. I mean, look at me. You can see my traps
Yeah,
are huge.
okay,
My
okay.
shoulders
yeah,
have some size.
Giant, you're a
I'm not
monster.
bragging. Hey, fatty, no one said anything about you.
Hey, look at my muscles, baby.
By the way, Harris is like my best friend, so I can say shit like that. I don't think I'd ever call anybody fatty other than you.
Wow, you did it publicly in front of other people.
I know.
You bald
How
mother.
much of a dick am I? Yeah. Anyway,
Hey,
so we have to let you guys go.
Yeah.
We just wanted to kind of hopefully help you kick off the year with a little bit of things that actually matter, like our health. And you'll be shocked when the money kind of falls in line once you really get your other shit together. So that's what I've got. Harris, closing statements, and then we'll go because I know you have stuff going on.
Yeah, I've got a show tonight here in Barcelona. Again, if you guys want to see some comedy magic, check me out at on Instagram or TikTok, funnybaldguy.me or funnybaldguy.me as a website, but it's better to go to the Instagrams of it. And please do, actually, I'm trying to grow those followings now. But the most important thing is, yeah, just by the way, we're not normally some people get really turned off by this sort of thing, and that's cool. And I did not mean this to be like a New Year's resolution type of thing, because like I said, I've rolled into this for the last 5 weeks, and I'm glad that I had the motivation coming into the year. 2023 is going to be my best year yet, and that basically comes from living in alignment and congruity with what you want, what your values are, what you promise yourself. And if you don't know what you want and you don't promise yourself anything, then there's no way to be. I guess that's not true. If you're in total ignorance and don't care about anything, you can be in bliss. But I prefer to get the things I want, and it's not all about money for me now. It's about chasing some passions and getting healthy and being around to see my grandkids that don't exist yet. So I hope this has been helpful to somebody. Again, we don't normally do rah things. If you like the rah, this isn't a rah or a woo woo. It's really just that this is what's going on for me. I'm super happy about it. Maybe 2 people that hear this will get motivated to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get the Miracle Morning and check it out, or I'm gonna go I read about some other thing that I'm gonna do for the mornings. I'm or the first thing you like, if you don't wake up until noon, you don't have to call it a morning, whatever, but the first thing that you do in the morning. One of the guys said something that I did want to read, and then I'll go. It's just so you know, it's not just me in this book. Riley said, Ed Milet said, if you can control the first 30 minutes of your day, the chances of having a productive, positive day is like 90% higher. And dude, by the way, in the last week and a half, I've had a stomach bug. I don't give a shit. I fell on my bicycle, and I sprained my knee. I'm still going to the gym, not doing stuff that involves my knee.
No leg day till his knee is better.
Yeah, I just had a checkup at the follow up at the doctor. P.S. Sorry, Americans, but healthcare is a lot cheaper everywhere else. Was not even a second thought for me to go and get my knee checked out when I fell. If I was in the U.S., and I didn't have the right insurance, which 10 years ago I didn't, I wouldn't have bothered, because it'd be like, I'm not paying $500 to just get my knee checked out. I'm sure it's fine.
Right
now, I'm sure it's fine. So anyway, that's it. Happy 2023. I hope you guys make it the best 2023 of your life, or the best year of your life. Make it the best 2023, since the only 2023. Make 2023 the best of your life. Peace. Bye, everybody.
Be well, guys.